Hello, dear friends. Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, the last day of April. Beautiful spring day today, about 10 degrees Celsius, about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Wanted to share with you a few thoughts on the Book of Wisdom, chapter 5. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I just want to go over some of the main points of it. And it's coincidental because we just had an election here in Canada, a federal election to determine the ruling party, which is now the Liberal Party, and the new Prime Minister, a fellow by the name of Mark Carney. And so let's take a look here. I'm going to read some portions of it. It starts off, it says, "So then listen, you rulers." Solomon is talking to the rulers. He says, "Listen, you rulers, and understand. Learn, you who judge the far reaches of the earth. Pay attention, you who have power over multitudes, you who take pride in having power over throngs of nations. The Lord gave you authority to rule. The Most High gave you your power. He will watch carefully what you do and examine everything that you are planning. You're merely stewards of his kingdom. If you don't judge rightly, if you don't keep the law, if you don't act according to God's plan, then he'll fall upon you very suddenly and very terribly. Judgment falls hard on those in high places." That's interesting. So Solomon is saying that the people that are in high places have a higher standard to account towards God. You know, I was looking at the social media account of our southern neighbor. He's the kind of ruler over these far-reaching nations kind of thing, and he has a lot of power, especially military power. And he had posted this video, how do I describe it, of a gathering of people, apparently in a far a country on the east coast of the continent of Africa. And there was a gathering there. I counted the number of people from the satellite image. It looked like between 70 and 80, maybe 85 people, tops, in a big circle. And it's a video taken from either a drone or a monitoring aircraft of some kind, looking down upon this gathering of people. And the description of the video says these group of individuals were planning, apparently, according to this global leader, planning to destroy some of the ships of our southern neighbor, and saying, and he makes the comment, oops, he says, oops, they're not going to be planning that again. And so, of course, you can guess what happens. A massive ordinance of some type fulfills what might be called military necessity. And, you know, the aftermath is a crater the size of what you'd find on the moon, and nothing but smoke and devastation and death in its wake, which is quite horrific. And I don't know how that decision was made, because that's, you know, for the global leaders to determine. But I thought it might have been a little more respectful to have a little bit more consolation or sympathy for the dead. But in any event, that's not for me to say. That's between that authority and God. He says that judgment falls hard on those in high places. Those who aren't important may be pardoned out of compassion. I'm thankful that I'm not important, because Solomon says that I might be pardoned out of compassion. But the powerful will be powerfully examined. The ruler of all won't back down from anyone. He won't show any special consideration to someone whom others consider great. The ruler of all made both the small and the great, and he regards them all in the same way. But a stern judgment will fall upon the ruthless. So the people that just got elected into our government, they are in a higher position of power. They are being called to a higher standard of accountability. Yes, Solomon continues. He says, "I'm speaking to you who rule with unbridled might, so that you may learn wisdom and avoid going astray. Those who have treasured holy things in a holy way will themselves be made holy. Those who have been instructed in holy things will be able to offer a defense for what they have done. So desire my words with all your heart. Commit yourself to them, and you will be educated." And then in this chapter, chapter 6, Solomon goes on to describe the value of wisdom and how important it is to seek after wisdom, and how much promise there is in looking for instruction from God. And then he finishes up, so I'm going to skip that portion and I'm going to finish up. He says, the more wise people there are in the world, the more likely it is that the world will be saved. A sensible ruler gives stability to his people, so it will do you good to be instructed by my words. So, a very powerful message from Solomon to finish that up. A sensible ruler gives stability to his people. Well, obviously, this video that was shown, as I mentioned earlier, was the intent behind it is to improve the stability of that individual's own country, his own nation. He wants to make sure it's stable. And so he's sending out a warning saying, look, if you try and destroy our ships at sea or make plans against us, we're going to, bring down retribution and call down fire from heaven upon you. And it's not going to be pretty. And so I'm sure he has his reasons from his top advisors and his top military people and all that. And they decided to go ahead and do that. And may the Lord have mercy on the souls of those individuals that were unfortunately decimated by that decision. But the words of Solomon for the leaders of all levels, I think, are valuable, not just those at the very higher echelons, as we've seen recently, but I think all levels of leadership. Those individuals are called to a higher standard to have to give an account because they have been entrusted with the decision-making power and the financial decision power and the social decision power and all these other types of decisions based on different avenues of social stability, if you want to call it that. So thank you for watching. I've been going through the book of wisdom by Solomon, very powerful words that he gives that was written before the time of Christ, of course, and not in the Protestant Bible, but it's found in the Apocrypha. If you get a chance, you can read it free online. I hope it'll be an encouragement to you, a blessing to you in all the areas of your thought and life. And I hope you're able to spend time with people you love. And I appreciate you, and I thank you for watching this video. God bless you. I hope to talk to you again real soon. Enjoy the beautiful spring weather. I hope it's nice where you are as well. Have yourself a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon, okay? Take care. Bye for now.